Dad would call them earpods, and it would like drive my mom nuts. She'd be like, "It's AirPods, Rob." And she'd be like,
it's supposed to clap because you have to sync a pod.
Oh yeah, I know. I've shot a handful of things in my day. Okay, wait, 25 minutes. I just started it, so we'll hear a little Post Malone when it's time to change the battery.
Does that change the battery? We'll just hit record again.
Oh, it only records 30 minutes.
Yeah, it has like a 30-minute time on it.
Oh, dude, they had that in like porn too, and it'd be like so funny because like someone would be like mid-orgasm and they're like, "Oh shit, like sorry, we gotta like cut the battery." It would be like the battery, they gotta replace the batteries, or like, oh, I'm like, bro, like you didn't set a timer so like give yourself like a couple minutes like lead time. There's like, oh, cut. You're like, what the fuck? Oh shit, wait, can you grab Ron?
Oh yeah, we gotta put Ron.
Ron wanted to be on the podcast.
Okay, I'm bringing the gain down on yours a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as loud, but I feel like
we can boost the audio.
Yeah.
But it's just to pick up.
But yeah, I know the other sounds were like very fucking loud. Yeah. Grab a little Ronnie boy.
Oh my god, he was like plunked onto the.
I promise he's clean.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so
Ron, we got you up in the podcast. You can sit right next to me.
That's backwards.
You
want to show off his suckers?
Oh, I guess that's true. I felt like if it was like,
show the balls?
If it had a face, I felt like the face would be here.
No,
right?
I think the face is the other way.
No, because it's got the.
Yeah, I think
it's like a snake, right?
No,
like it looks like a snake.
No, I think its face is
the
other
so
way.
its eyes would be here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a weird. Now he's looking at everything upside down.
No, now he's looking at everything.
Now you can see the tentacles and the shape. Is that good? I can't see, honestly. I've been wearing my contacts too long. Are you sure this is loud enough?
I think so, yeah.
Oh no, what I was saying about my mom is that I have, my mom, you were saying you're good at projecting, and I'm pretty good at projecting too, because I know my mom will always be like, I'll be telling her a story, and she's like, why are you yelling? I'm like, am I? Like, I have no fucking idea that I'm just like screaming in someone's face. Like, I get so excited. I'm just like, and so the next thing, and I'm like screaming so fucking loud.
No, I always got in trouble because I've been told my voice carries. So while it's not loud, it's heard at distances.
Oh, interesting.
And it just has to do with the tone.
So you can't tell secrets.
Yeah, no.
You whisper, like, you're like Susie's a slut, and they're like, Gilly!
No, yeah.
Detention!
No, it was literally when we were like, we would party out at my friend's house, and they'd be like, oh, like, keep down, parents are asleep. And I'd be like, oh yeah, totally. He's like, dude, we can hear you like a room away.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I have friends like that. They like I remember because at sleepovers, like a lot of girls have this issue and they like cannot whisper, and I'm like, bro, like it's like 3 a.m. You think you're being so crazy or hopped up on some soda pop,
Some Mountain Dew.
You're just like, they can't whisper. I'm like, I don't understand, because I can like yell and I can whisper really quietly, but I can't scream like. Not that you guys won't hear it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like literally can't. Like, if I was ever being like kidnapped, like I'd be like, "Hey, I need some help over here." It doesn't have the same effect as like a shrill scream. Like then every man in the vicinity is like, oh, "A woman's in trouble," But I'm like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh, fuck you, bro. Take care of yourself."
This is the F-bomb
No,
counter.
I'm a woman. I swear.
We're one at the F-bomb counter.
Oh Jesus, yeah. So. I mean, we just started recording because we were chatting, but I know we haven't like officially started. But our plan for today was that when we listened to the last podcast, I realized that I said, so Spencer said after we recorded, he was like, I think he's like, over under, what's the bet that you said the F-bomb at least 40 times? And I was like, it was a 20-minute podcast.
You were appalled.
I was appalled but when I listened, because I was like, I told him he was insane. I was like, you're fucking crazy. Like, fuck you. I'm already at 2 right there. God damn it. And I was like, there's no way I said fuck like 40 times in a 20-minute podcast.
Yeah, he
was like, yeah, you definitely did. And then I went and listened to it, and I was like, oh my god, like, I'm so sorry, you're right. I didn't count, but within 5 minutes, I was like, oh my god, it's been said a lot. So our plan for today was to have me have a drink, and it was gonna be like a drinking game, and every time I dropped the F-bomb, we were gonna have a little thing where I had to drink, but I don't think that I can
it's not
drink like that today. So we're gonna
possible.
But it's something we're gonna work on. I appreciate you guys. I'm glad my parents haven't texted me about this podcast yet. So they haven't listened to it. So that's good because they always like to, keep up with me and, watch my Instagram stories and stuff. And I love them. They're great for that. But
yeah, I made a deal with my parents that they're allowed to watch it, but nothing that gets brought up on there can be used against me.
Yeah.
So I'm like you're opening
That's
this
actually great
box.
because now it's like you got a free pass forever.
No, yeah. I just have to say it on the podcast.
Yeah. Say it on the podcast, and then it's like fair game. Like, oh, you promised you wouldn't get mad about anything.
So
I mean, my parents definitely. I think they definitely won't get mad about anything. They obviously they know everything about me. They're pretty cool about it. But I always just worry because they're my parents are such like they're so sweet and
civil,
innocent, and they're just like the sweetest. Like my mom's just like such a mom, and like. They're so cute, and I always like feel bad that I like am exposing them to this horrific stuff they probably would be blissfully unaware of if I hadn't chosen this career. Exactly. So
so a little bit of a recap. So
should we like introduce this again? Like,
welcome to episode 2, the episode 2, the real first episode,
The Art of Chaos.
The Art of Chaos. Welcome back, everybody. But so it's currently Sunday morning, early afternoon.
Yeah.
And we had
3 hours after you came over.
It's we had a very adventurous outing yesterday. To the point where I'm currently putting pieces together of what exactly went down. So, a little background, there was a little
soiree.
Little soiree, yeah. It's the same thing. There was a little soiree where we were going to go meet up with some friends, and some friends were going to DJ, and it was going to be a nice little Venice afternoon. And,
West Side, baby.
Yeah, and then we got handed multiple bootleg White Claws that were actually healthy for you somehow.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about that for a second because so we get there and they have a little bar and they only have like certain drinks, whoever the sponsors are, and they give us it's a seltzer like White Claw-ish kind of vibe.
But it's vodka based. It's not like a liqueur. It's vodka.
I didn't realize that. Okay, so you'd have to get it at a liquor store. Well, I guess in California it's different, but in North Carolina you can get like beer at the grocery store, but you can only get liquor store at a liquor store. Okay. Yeah, it's like, and they aren't open like on Sundays because it's the South.
Oh yeah, you can't drink alcohol.
But they were like lemon flavored. I don't know, but they're actually like almost 7%. Which a White Claw is like 4 something.
It was dangerous.
And it was 0 carbs, which a White Claw is 2 carbs. So I was like, oh my fucking God, this thing's like twice as strong.
No
but with
sugar.
Less carbs. Yeah, no sugar.
Stevia, stevia. They're super sweet.
And, I was drinking it and I had 2 in my hand. Oops, sorry. I had 2 in my hand because Spencer thought like he was getting one for someone else. And so I was just like holding 2. And this guy comes up to me. He's like, I love your double fisting the drink. He's like, how is it? And I was like, because it was a little sweet to me, You
thought it was just a random person at the party.
Yeah, I thought it was a random person at the party, and he looked at my face for a second. He's like, it's not that good, is it? I was like, I mean, like, I love the concept. Like, it's no carbs. It's 7%, and but I was like, and he's like, it's a little sweet, right? And I was like, yeah, that's actually exactly it. So then his 2 friends come up and they're like, oh, we actually made this. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm a fan. Like, I support you guys.
You're about to start roasting their life endeavor.
Like, it's like, but no, they're like, we agree. And I guess they're going to do a new mixture. I don't know. What's like a recipe? A new recipe. And, they said they're gonna make it less sweet because they thought the same thing. So it was good because they weren't like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so hopefully this podcast takes off. We'll get them to sponsor us.
Right. I told them, I was like, we have a podcast and you guys should come on it. Like, I was like, give us a bit. We're still figuring it out. But I think it was Costa Bravas or something. I don't know. Probably only in SoCal right now. I think they're like very new, but definitely.
But yeah, so it's this party where they're giving out free alcohol. And if you guys aren't familiar, but if you're not familiar with the concept, it's the brands they want pictures with their alcohol, so they're handing all this crazy alcohol out. But the bar is getting pretty busy. I'm getting pretty lazy, so I start triple fisting. One in each hand, one in the back pocket.
That's how it happened. Now I know the backstory.
Yeah, so that's... I just don't want to wait in line. And so I have beverages on me. I somehow was about to buy a flight to San Francisco for 10 hours. Cali was playing in San Francisco. His team was there, and they were like, yo, come with us. I was like, yeah, cool, let's go.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. I was like, what?
And then, it wasn't a joke. Someone took my phone away, and they're like, no, you're not going to San Francisco. Because I had no clothes, no camera. No. Yeah. So, and then Luis the Child was playing.
No camera, you just show up, you're like, hey, you're just shooting iPhone photos, but then your dead iPhone because you probably didn't have a charger.
Yeah, didn't have a charger on me. Yeah, I was gonna roll up in no suitcase, just no carry-on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would have been a story for TSA. Just let me in.
I swear, then you get to the venue and you're like, oh, I'm with the DJ. Yeah, that would have been a mess because Gilly was on a level last night. Okay, so fill us in. So I remember Luis the Child playing for a little bit, and then all his friends like Jai Wolf, Noah Kill, like they all jumped on for a quick little back to back, and then I don't remember. I don't know. I do know that it was dirty as hell in there, and I was wearing a white t-shirt. And like I picked up one of those balls because you know at raves people throw around the little bouncy balls. Yeah. And I hit the ball and it had been sitting on the ground, so it was like dirty and wet, and so the water like sprayed back and splattered my white shirt, and then some girl like from up on the balcony, someone like spilled their like red drink, and so you. Yeah, so it was like it was not me being a hot mess. It was like fully like it's your environment. Your product of your environment. And I was like, why the fuck did I wear white? Like this is why I always it was a pretty fire fit. Yeah, I mean you guys saw it on our Instagram story. Yeah, it was a pretty fire fit. It definitely was like, this is why I don't wear white. And so I had like, I looked gross. I was like, fuck. And I think that's an appropriate use. Okay. It's not excessive. Okay, we're at 4 or 5. And so then, I start telling everyone, I'm like, oh my God, because I have to like, of course, when I start talking to someone, I got to call myself out so they don't think that I'm just a messy bitch. And they're like, oh, okay, this is like not your fault. So I'm like telling everyone I'm drunk. And then I was like, we just need to make this like, I think it was like Haley. She's like, oh, I think like, she's like, it kind of looks like tie-dye. She's like, I think you should just commit to it kind of thing. I was like, all right, so I'm letting everyone stick their hands in their drinks and like spray. No way. And so it's like completely covered in stains. Yo, I don't remember that. You weren't with me. I don't know where you were. I was probably on the way to San Francisco. But yeah, trying to be. Yeah. Well, then Kelly, I think we left at a certain point and we come back to my house for a little bit and, I don't really remember the car ride home's a little... Oh. So I've been informed. Yes, yeah, I was going to say, I was informed that... So we're in Playa del Rey here, Marina, whatever. It's like a 20-minute drive. It's like a 15, it's like a 15-minute drive. It's a 15-minute drive from this party. So we have to take the freeway. And I was informed by half Spencer, half Carter, that at some moment the car stopped and I thought I was home. And I just tried to get out. Don't remember any of this. I tried to get out in the middle of the freeway, and I might have murdered someone. I don't know. Spencer got an alert this morning on his Uber app that we were involved in a motorcycle accident, which we weren't. I do have a scab on my elbow, and it hurts. I think that's probably from like the party, but no. What happens? So we get in the car. Now you can hear from my a little bit clearer memory. So we get in the car and Gilly's super, super drunk and, we're in the back seat, Spencer's in the front. And so I'm like, Gilly, you want to like, just like lay down on my lap? Like you're really drunk because you're like, I'm so tired. Like I was like, okay, just like lay down on my lap. Like I'll rub your head. And you're like, no, I don't need to lay down. I don't need to do that. And then you like started just falling over and you ended up like with your head in my lap. So I'm just like rubbing your head, So yeah, we're like literally like on the freeway, but it's LA. So you have crazy traffic. Yeah. And at some point we like stop in like the middle of the fucking street, and Gilly's like he has his head in my lap, and then he just reaches over and starts opening the car door. And luckily it only opens like a little bit because I can't reach. You're laying down, so you can't really open it that far. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I grab your arm and I like slam the car door closed. And right when I did that, a motorcyclist went right by us, like how they go in between the cars and shit. So he like goes right through there, and it was like, oh my God, with this guy, almost like, first of all, I'm pretty sure it's illegal for them to do that. No, so like, California you can lane split. Oh, you can? All right, I didn't know that.
Okay, California, you can.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I thought that was legal. Maybe it is North Carolina. But, so, I guess then it would have totally been your fault. Because I was thinking, but no, he didn't hit it, thank God, because I slammed the door. But then the Uber driver's like, of course, he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, explaining to him. And then, so I was like, Gilly is like, he never gets as fucked up. Like, half the time he comes out sober and is like, still like a riot, but like, like, don't like judge him for this. Like, he doesn't really get like, it's like,
we're going to run into him a week from now.
Well, I don't want him to be mad because it's on Spencer's Uber. Yeah. So I didn't want it to like raise his account. Yeah. And I was like, this is not his account. And like, you were being fine. Like, you weren't causing a scene. That was the only bad thing you did. But then Spencer's like texting me. He's like, stop saying that Gilly's drunk because he's like, now the Uber driver thinks he's gonna throw up. I was like, what? I didn't mean he was like sick drunk. I
just wanted to go home.
I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, luckily I was like kept apologizing to the guy, like, and then but then we got home and like an hour later Spencer got a notification. It was like, we have been alerted that you were in an accident. And we were like, what? Like, we narrowly avoided one, but like there was no accident. So and they asked Spencer for his insurance info, so hopefully that doesn't like go anywhere.
What?
Yeah, they asked. That's why they messaged him. They said, we need your insurance information.
That's why I walked in and I was like, do I owe someone money? I walked in, I was like, I know shit went down. I was like, do I owe someone money? Sponsor us so I can pay for this.
Have to sip your drink, because I remember when I went into the kitchen to get a drink and I didn't get it. I was like, I'm gonna need like a sip of water. It's just my mouth has been getting so dry. I'm like,
just lapping it up. But yeah, so that was yesterday. That was our little adventure.
Well, we got back here and it was like 8:00 and Gilly just passed out on the couch.
Someone fed me a chicken sandwich at some point. I don't.
Ooh, oh. Did Spencer order food?
Didn't he order food twice then?
I don't know. I don't remember the first time.
I remember someone said, we got your chicken sandwich. I was like, but it was like shadows talking to me. I was just like, chicken sandwich.
I feel like that did happen, but that was probably like the drunkest part of my night.
And then somehow woke up on your floor in your room. We're watching Horse Girl and eating pizza. So
because we went out like. Gilbert passed out on the couch, and then I got in bed for like a good hour, and I was like, I'm so fucking drunk, like I can't but I couldn't go to sleep because it was 8 p.m. I'm like, that's too early to go to bed. I can't sleep
on a Saturday.
No. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just like I'll wake up at 6 a.m. and be miserable. So I was like, I can't go to sleep, and then our friends like were at a house party, so we went over there, left Gilbert passed out face down on the couch, just snoring and we go to our house party and then went over to a Canary Club and then came back and watched Horse Girl, which I think we talked about.
We talked about me watching it and her watching it last time.
And telling me to watch it.
Yeah, so, okay, thoughts. Horse Girl.
So I was thinking about this before and I was like, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I'm also not recommending this movie. You need to watch it. So I don't feel bad about. And honestly, I was pretty drunk when we were watching it because it was
it's a spicy movie.
Yeah, we finished at 3:30 in the morning. You left
I did halfway through, yeah.
But Nat and I stayed up and watched it. But yeah, it was really, I don't know, it was weird. It was very when it ended, I was just like, I need to know more. She was obviously going around at night and there were these crazy scratches she was doing, the girl, she was having a psychotic break. Yeah.
And then I personally think the movie would have been better without that ending. I think the ending kind of gives you a twist you weren't.
What was the ending again?
Where she transcends into space.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah. Oh, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I wanted her to be crazy. I didn't want her to be alien abducted.
Yeah, it was kind of the whole her it's like this girl having a psychotic break, and of course everyone's like, you're insane because she is. Horse girl. And then, well, I mean, also the shit she's saying, I'm a clone. You're like, all right, obviously this girl's nuts, and then it's kind of the ending kind of leaves you with it was actually real. Nuts, everything she thought was true. But I think that's also kind of that's what's cool about it is it leaves it open to interpretation. Is it, sorry, we're totally spoiling it for you guys. We'll give a spoiler alert on here so that if you really want to watch it, but it's not the best movie ever. It was weird. Yeah. So it was definitely worth a watch.
So let's use that as a bounce point. And Crazy Girls. Do you have any Crazy Girl stories?
Crazy Girl stories? Yeah. Like what?
Stuff that a crazy girl has done. I don't know. I'm just
Sorry guys, I'm quitting Juul when I go to Mexico tomorrow. I'm going to be there for a week without one, so.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I'm going to go visit my parents tomorrow, so for a week.
But what, is it because there's no Juuls in Mexico? Or
I mean, I'm sure there are, but stop? Yeah, I already want to quit, and so if I'm with my parents, like, you know, I probably won't do it around them anyway. Okay. So it's like a good, like...
So you're going to just quit cold turkey?
Yeah, I'm going to take some, like, little, like, patches or something, because those, like, really kill the craving for me.
Do they really?
Yeah, they actually really do. Like, I thought when Spencer was using them when he was quitting, I was like, dude, like, that's never gonna work for me, because so much of it for me is like the oral fixation of like liking to actually smoke something. And of course that's always going to be more rewarding, but there's definitely, like, I mean, you know, I always thought, oh, it's not really the nicotine, it's more of the act of smoking, and that's part of it. But there's clearly, I mean, nicotine's very addictive. Obviously you're gonna have an addiction to it. And like the other night, I didn't have any pods or anything, and we drank a little bit. It was Valentine's Day, you know, and so I was drinking some sake, I started to get a little drunk, and that's when I really started craving it. And I was like, fuck, I like really want to hit the Juul, but I didn't have anything because I've been trying to quit, so I haven't been buying anything. And I put one of those little Zyn pouches in or whatever, and it was like, of course, if someone had walked in with the Juul, I would have been like, let me get that. Yeah. But I didn't like think about it. You know, I could like take it out of my brain.
That's good.
Is it like, I feel like my, like, is that mine on the bottom? I feel like mine's so quiet.
Nope. Yours is the top.
Oh, okay, good.
As you can tell, you were a louder talker than I am.
See, remember what you said, you're good at projecting. Yeah. I'm good at projecting. Whoa. Bitch.
Now we got a
I did theater growing up. You know, we learned to project from the diaphragm, you know.
Wow. That's
wait, okay, I don't have any crazy. You tell me one. I feel like you have something in mind.
No, I don't. I was just like, oh, how are we gonna pivot?
Yeah.
Crazy girl stories. Man, I don't know. Shoot, I don't even know. I mean, touring, you deal with crazy girls all the time.
Yeah.
Like
some like kind of groupie chicks, which we love groupies.
Yeah, we love.
Nothing wrong with.
I saw your tweet the other day that said, "What is it?" It was like something about appreciating sluts.
Yeah, I didn't tweet it. I just retweeted it. No, she said.
But it wasn't like defamatory.
No, it was. This girl said. She said, "I've been in a 5-year like monogamous relationship, but I will always support sluts." She's like, "They're fun, peaceful people, and they will always compliment how your boobs look."
And I was like, dude, like I feel. For our generation, slut has no longer become like a derogatory term, but more so, like, it's become like a badge. But like that's good and it's bad.
Yeah, I know people like it's like reclaiming words that were used to like disparage. You know, I definitely think that's like, I feel like all my friends like, oh, what's up, slut? You know, it's like,
see, but I'm different. I'm the opposite of that. I like, because it's been reclaimed, I don't want to use it. Because it's not my word to throw.
Yeah, right. As a man, I feel like you can't really. I mean, because like guys could be called like man sluts, but it doesn't have the same like.
But like even like when it's like a group chat with the guys and stuff, like me or my friends, we don't go like, oh, let's go hang with some sluts tonight.
Yeah.
Like we go like, yo, is there babes coming or is there girls coming? Like
I feel like if I heard a guy say that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like that's not
how
your
many
word.
Sluts are pulling up tonight?
Yeah, like you can only say slut in an endearing manner if you're like a chick. You know, because like men don't have the same like, I don't know, like the double standard.
Yeah. Like Nikki Glaser does this bit where she talks about how men have positive nicknames. It's boss, champ, but women it's bitch, slut.
Yeah, but it was also like that reclaiming of it and being like, no, this isn't like disparaging, this isn't derogatory, like no one should be like ashamed of that. You know, and like I remember I had a friend in college and he would always be like, he was probably the first guy I knew who was like this. It's so funny because like at the time I don't think I fully appreciated it. I just thought he was like funny, but you know, he'd always be like, man, he's like, I fucking like, people be like, oh, that girl's a slut. He's like, I fucking love sluts. He's like, I love them. And I'm like, as you should, because that's the majority of the reason why men get laid. So like, you're welcome.
Like the reason.
Do you never want to have sex? Because like if everyone tried to be right, like, you know, because like, and then this isn't all guys, but obviously there's like men who want this idealized version of a woman that's like, oh, she's saving herself. Even maybe she's had sex with like 2 guys before you, but not too many, because like you don't want to think about too many dicks having been in her. But at the end of the day, it's like you really like if every girl was like that and only fucked like a couple guys throughout their life, like 2 or 3 dudes. Like, most dudes would not be getting laid.
No,
so,
yeah.
like, and you might occasionally, but you'd have to commit to a girl. You'd have to be taking her out every night. And, like, don't you want to have some no strings attached, just casual sex occasionally? Like, everyone wants that, so why do we have to shame women for wanting it? Because, like, you want it too, and you need a girl to do it, unless, obviously, you're gay, and then you need a guy, and then it's different. But if you're a straight man, you need a woman to have sex with, so, like, let her be a slut.
Yeah. But it's that whole discourse that our society has created. Wow, I'm not talking loud enough. That was like a
well, your mic's kind of far away.
Yeah, so I gotta back to the diaphragm. I gotta project.
Oh, that's our timer.
All right, cool. We're not leaving.
Perfect.
Go commercial break.
Yeah.
Back,
commercial break for all our sponsors.
Today's episode is brought to you in part by Amazon.
Yeah,
when you're too ashamed to buy condoms at the store.
Jeff Bezos, he loves us. He's just obsessed.
When you're too afraid to buy condoms at the store, you're gonna get judged. Amazon Prime.
Oh my god, that's such a good point, because I never thought about, like, I don't know, like, you've had to buy, like, weird shit, like, at, like an enema. Like, you're like, clearly I'm about to, like, wipe out my asshole. Like, this is so embarrassing. And you're just, like, buying it. Like, I always try to put, like, a ton of face masks and stuff with it. Like, just, like, I hope they just, like, skip it and they don't realize, like, I'm buying an enema.
Oh my god. Dude, I did, I had a girl. This was years ago. And, she hit me up and she's like, yo, let's hook up tonight. I was like, all right, cool, sick. She's like, I'm a little drunk.
Sick, bro.
I was like, sick, yeah. Shout out sluts. But no, she's a decent.
Don't use that word.
It's not mine to use. I'm sorry, women. I'm sorry, loose women of the world. It's not mine to tarnish. Okay. But anyway, she hit me up. She's like, oh, I've had a couple drinks. I'm kind of down to do some butt stuff tonight. I was like, all right, sick. We need lube.
Sick, bro.
Sick, bro. Again, as you can see, your boy does not have game. Anyway, so I pulled up to, I didn't want to go to my CVS because I was like, they know me? Even though I've been there once every 6 months. Like,
well, because they have your name from, like, prescriptions you ever fill, and they're like, oh, Gilbert Sanchez. Buying the fucking enemas, now it's a tweet.
Yeah, but, so... I went to the rival. I went to the Walgreens. And it was like maybe like one.
Traitor.
Like, well, yeah. I went to like 1:30. Today's episode is brought to you by Walgreens. When you can't go to your CVS, go to Walgreens. But yeah, and I just went and I was like, yo, I'm gonna go by the self register and buy some lube. And it's 1 a.m. It's not open, so it's only the one register. And I just walked up.
Yeah, because you can't use it. They don't have the self-checkout? Because they have that at CVS.
But it's closed because it's 1 a.m. They only have, like, the one register.
I think you're definitely stealing if you're going to the self-checkout at 1 a.m.
Definitely. Yeah, so I walk up with one thing of lube, and I go, that's going to be it.
Was it a guy or a girl cashier? Oh, that's chilling, because I feel like the guy's like, pound it. He's like, he goes... Sick, bro.
Sick. Pound it.
You're like, that's what I said.
But yeah, and I bought just an individual container of lube at 1 a.m. at a Walgreens.
What kind of lube, though? Are you like a silicone-based or like a water-based?
Carter, I was like 19.
This was like a long time
I
ago.
answered sick dude to anal sex. Come on. Am I really looking at it?
Well, because like the water base is so gross. It like, I mean, technically it's better because like if you get in the shower, it comes off way faster. Whereas the silicone doesn't dissolve in water. You know, you gotta use some soap to get that shit out. But the water base is so sticky to me. I know. That's why I'm anti-lube like all around.
Really? I love throwing on lube just for fun.
Oh,
bored on a Sunday, watching TV. So lube.
A little shot of lube.
A little shot of lube. Whoa. Damn.
In your butt or someone else's butt?
If it's consensual in someone else's butt.
If it's consensual. Oh, look how progressive we are.
Oh yeah. White knight in this podcast right now.
Hope she hears this.
Hope she hears.
No, I was thinking, actually, that's been my favorite thing to, like, turn around on guys, like, on social media. Because, like, you know, like, I'll say something and, like, you know, some people, like, attack me. And, you know, some guy will, like, stand up and he's not being a white knight in that way. He's just, like, because he is not dumb. So he's like, no, you're being stupid. And, you know, that's, like, the common refrain of, like, hope she sees this, bro. Like, go, you know? And I was like, but I love turning that around on people and being, like, to dudes, you know, like the whole, like, I saw some guys just, like, defending, like, Jeff Bezos, you know? Like, oh, hope he sees this, bro. You know? Like, it made me feel so empowered. It was, like, taking back that phrase that was always used to, like, demean people who were standing up for me. And now I got to use it on those same dudes. Like, see how it feels, bitch, you know? So we were talking about Crazy Girls earlier, and Gilbert brought up this topic, but he asked me, and I was like, I don't fucking know.
I had no story. So
there's no girl too crazy for me. I love it. So I don't really have anything, but he said he had a story.
Yeah, so we took a break. I went through little memory archives, and this one story came to mind. So it was a little backstory. This was maybe like I was 5 or 6 days into like a 2-week run with Dylan Francis in like 2016. And we were in Florida. Yeah, it was Florida. And Tallahassee, actually. Tallahassee, yeah. So
I played there. Potbellies?
It was the Coliseum.
Oh.
It's no longer open.
Yeah, wait. Dylan's like way cooler than me. I played at like a bar, but it was like one of my most fun shows.
Dude, it's insane. Like Florida.
They had a pig at Potbellies.
Wait, what?
The bar is called Potbellies, and they have a pig that lives there. I got to meet it. It's like a whole thing. It was like, I want to come DJ here every weekend. Like
they have a bar that has a pig,
like a cute pig, not like one of the like ones that's like 2,000 pounds.
Not a potbelly pig.
No, potbelly pigs are small.
Oh, I thought they were big.
No, I think those are just regular pigs. Okay. Potbellies are like pets.
The cute ones. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
but anyways, yeah. So it was Tallahassee, and it was my first time touring with like a big artist.
Tallahassee, 2015. Set the scene.
Set the scene and scene. It was my first time touring with a big artist like that, and it was, you know, so everything I hadn't been jaded at the time, so everything was new. I was like, ooh, my name's under a pseudonym, like ooh, like my room's under using secret names to get into hotels. It was like Mark Johnson or something.
Oh, it was like
it was like a pseudonym to check into the hotel.
Wait, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yeah. So once you tour with like big artists, because like it's easy to like. Have you ever been like, oh, I forgot my ID. And I lost my room key. Can you let me into my room? Like, whatever. And all they can ask is for your name. So,
I thought they asked for your ID.
Well, have you ever left your wallet in your room? It's happened to me a lot of times.
One time, Carolina Cup, 2010.
Paint the scene.
Yeah. It was like Carolina Cup's like a Kentucky Derby for the South, like for like the East Coast. And it was so funny because everyone, we go to the horse races, which I didn't see one goddamn horse because we had a tent. We were just raging.
Partying, yeah.
I didn't see one horse. We were at a horse race. It was so funny. So everyone gets blacked out. This is college. Yeah. You know, you wear the big hats, like the dress. We all go back to the hotel. Everyone's blacked out. Like we have a bus that takes us there, takes us back. Like I remember on the bus, like I was like, this is so hazy to me. But we get back and no one, like I was staying in a room with other people, so my name wasn't on the room, so like obviously I would have never, I'm like way more prepared than this, but like every single person was like locked out of the room in the entire lobby of this hotel. Oh my god,
was drunk white kids trying to get in.
White girls with big hats crying because they couldn't get into their rooms because like everyone was like, it'd be like one person's name on a room and there'd be like 6 girls staying in there, you know? So it was like you don't like have any like no one's names on the room, and if like the one girl whose name was on it like wasn't there, like then you were fucked. So it was just like a lobby of crying white girls. Like it was so fucking bad. And like I remember my friend was like screaming at her. She's like, no, like she's so joking. Like I was like, oh my god, these poor people working, like they're just like fuck these people. But also like it was very stressful. Like I hate to yell at the people at the front desk because like they're obviously just doing their job, right? But at the same time, like we've been drinking in the sun all day and all you want to do is lay down in your bed, and then you're being told like you can't go there. And you're like, but all my shit's in there. Like anyway.
No, but yeah, so you use pseudonyms to, and I was like, yo, just fake name. I got a fake name. I feel like a secret agent. I'm in Florida with Dylan Francis under a secret name, dude. I'm unstoppable. But anyways, so we pull up, we're going to the venue, and I noticed that we're riding in 2 identical cars. So there's like a black Suburban in front of us, and then there's our Suburban behind. And I was like, yo, what is this for? And then so his tour manager had to explain, like, yo, okay, you're touring with a big artist. Now, this is a thing that sometimes happens. Like, you have to pull up in a fake car to distract people to go and like this. No, it was
still Francis like that. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a fan. I love it. But
wait for the punchline of this story. It seems excessive.
Right.
You go, dude.
You're not Justin Bieber.
I see this guy everywhere. Like, it's a homie. Like, it's not like a A-list celeb. So we pull up, and the first Suburban pulls off in front of the venue, and it just gets ambushed by girls. Like, I'm talking like 40 girls, and we just headlights off, turn off, pull up in the back, and like sneak in through the back way. And I was like, oh, this is a thing. Yeah.
That's so right. But that's pulling up to the venue. It makes a little more sense because your fans are obviously there.
They're there. Yeah.
But the hotel thing still seems excessive to me.
Well, because it's you just don't want people to get access to your room.
I guess for me it's like I live under a fake name.
Okay.
Like Carter Cruz is obviously not my legal name, although I wish it was. It's much cooler than my legal name. Yeah. But like, you know, so when I go to a hotel, they always put it under my legal name because like that's what's on my ID. Yeah. And, you know, it's always weird when I go to the hotel. I'm like, it's either under this or Carter or like my legal name. I'm not sure. I don't know what the reservation's under, but like obviously I always use my legal name, so it's not tied to it. And I'm never really like, worried about it. But I guess it's again because as a porn star, right? You don't have this A-list celebrity. You're not like, but there's obviously millions of people around the world who like know who you are. Yeah. And so you don't know if like the guy at the front desk is like
gonna recognize who
see the name and be like, oh my god, like I watched her on this on Pornhub last week, and now suddenly it's weird when I check in. So I guess since I live under a fake name, I've never had to think about it like that.
No, yeah, like you tour with big enough artists. Like I talk to my friends that like tour with Halsey, tour with like other A-list celebs, and like they're not even allowed to post, like let alone a location, but like they can't post where they're at. Like if they go to grab lunch, that's across the street from their hotel. They can't post a story. They can't tweet with the location tag. Like it's that. Once you get to that status, it's pretty insane. So it's so this was my first taste of that. This was 2015, 2016. So we play the show, and on the way out, so obviously everyone knows where you're leaving from. They know you're not leaving through the front. Right. They know you're leaving to the back. So it is. I'm talking maybe like 40 or 50 girls in the back, just waiting, just like it literally felt like an NSYNC music video. Like it was gnarly, and we get shoved in the car, and at this point there's no disguising what car you're in. They saw you get in the car, so we start pulling out, and these girls are throwing themselves at the car like a zombie movie. Like I'm seeing faces and tongues smashed up against the windows. It is literally terrifying.
Was anyone mooning?
No, I didn't say. I mean, they're cool. They're hot Florida girls.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be like cooler than a tongue, because a tongue's kind of gross. Like,
they're like,
you know where this car's been?
No, dude. But it was my first taste of like being famous is not fun,
right?
Because of crazy girls. Full circle.
No, that's why I was like mind blown when like Zed just had people over to his house on his birthday, and like it was like everyone just was bum rushing the gate, like because he lives in this like mansion, you know, and it's like it's crazy security, is 24/7 like security guard, and they open like the gate to let in like the people who were like invited, and it was just like it's a horde of people, just like
it was mad.
A horde.
Yes. A horde. HORED. Right? Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking I was thinking WHORED.
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to be
like a pun.
I'm white knighting this right now. It's actually it's called HOA.
Yeah, HOA. But I was thinking of the
WHOR.
But it was just people like, I'm like, oh, you're like honestly the nicest guy ever, that you just like let people that you don't even know like come to your house.
Dude,
and like it was so fun.
It was crazy though. So I talked to his team out like a couple days later, and so initially during the day it was the Chainsmokers party, and it was kind of like you didn't have to be somebody to be there. It was kind of like an open invite type thing if you knew you were allowed in, as long as you were on the guest list. And so Zed lived down the street from it, and he was like, oh, I'm down to have some people over. And they were because it was his birthday the day before or something. And so he was expecting to maybe have 50, 60 people over, you know, like a friend of a friend max.
Yeah.
Like no. But I guess word got out.
Of course.
Real quick.
From a bigger party where I think got shut down by the cops. So they had to like, everyone, we thought the party was going to go another couple hours, and they shut it down. So everyone was like, drunk and looking for a place to go.
So and we ended up there, and it was I kind of got anxiety, like secondhand anxiety for him, because I was like, dude, this, like, I've had parties at my house and I go, who the fuck was here? And he had that times 1,000.
Yeah, I know. And his house is like way nicer than both of ours. So it's like you have way more shit to worry about. But it's also, he has it set up for guests, I think, which is cool. Yeah. Like, he has like a bathroom. He's like, we went there that one night and he's like, oh, I have bathing suits. Like,
no, yeah, he literally just had like a couple nights later, we were just over there. Unfortunately, I was sober that night. I was doing Sober October. And, but we were out there drinking till what, maybe like, or you guys were drinking. I was just there enjoying the vibing. Till like maybe 6, 7 a.m.
Yeah,
and he was just like, swim with us. And we're like, oh, we're wearing jeans. He's like, oh, here's a box of free clothes they send me for you to swim in.
Which is awesome because, like, you know, that's why if I was like an A-list celeb with like a mansion, I would want to like be welcoming to people like that. Yeah, you know? That
hands down, like, and it's not because of who he was, but it was like the people we were with, like, it hands down went down as like one of the funnest nights.
It was so fun. I mean, I ended up DJing there. It was like... Probably, I don't know, it was probably like, 4 a.m. And, you know, people are like leaving. Like, it's starting to clear out. And they've been playing like, you know, house music for hours. So it's like very vibey. It's like people sitting around a fire talking.
If I'm not mistaken, this was a Sunday night too.
Yeah. No, it was, I think it might have been a Monday.
Oh, yeah, it was Memorial Day.
Yeah, because I played in Austin on Sunday night.
Yeah, you flew in.
And I like had a 8-hour delay. I was stuck.
Yeah, because you met up with us later, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I came super late and had to walk like 2 miles up a hill in heels with a bag of Red Bulls for everyone. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was... Get
up there, but, you know, that was the party before. We ended up at Zed's house, and I ended up like, Spencer's like drunk, we're all drunk. He's like, oh, you should jump on and DJ. And I was like, you know, I DJ mostly like, oh, wait.
Oh,
bitch, you gotta go around to the side door.
Oh, I thought you were done. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, we're not.
Penny's here. But I thought, like, bitch, go through the side door. But we thought, you know, so he's like, get on. I'm like, you know, I DJ mostly hip hop music. And I was like, I don't think this is like the vibe. We've been listening to house. People are clearing out. It's like a very low key vibe. I don't think like it's like appropriate for me to jump on. And Spencer's just like, just do it. Everyone's gonna love it. Which, like, love him. He's my biggest fan. He's perfect. And so he tells some girls, and the girls are like, oh my God, you DJ? Like, girls love a girl DJ. Because they're like, you usually just see dudes. So they're all like supportive as fuck. They're like, dude, get on there. Like, we would love to see you DJ. I'm like, all right, fuck. Now I have like 10 people telling me. So I go up to the guy DJing. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I jump on for like, you know, 20 minutes? That's all I'm trying to do. And the guy's like, you know, he's like, yes, please, because he's been stuck on the decks for hours. Yeah. He's like, so
it's a house party. That's like, no one gets that. Like, yeah, you want to hop on an aux cord for a minute, but then like, then your phone's there for 4 hours.
You can leave your phone. You can't leave when you're DJing. Yeah. So this guy is like, and it's like chill. No one's dancing or anything. So he's obviously bored. So he's like, please. I was like, okay, cool. Because I never want to like kick anyone off. So I jump on and like start playing. And everyone who was left at the party, it was like probably
just 30
of us. It was like 30 people that were left after the whole horde descent. Wait, Penny, come over and say hi in a second. Let me finish telling the story and then you can come say hi. Yeah, pee. And so I jump on and it's like 30 people just all come around. Zed's like shirtless. He's just jumping up and down. And he's living his best life. Yeah. And like it was crazy because it was just like the last people that were there all gathered around the DJ booth and like we were just like raging so hard. It was like I kind of was like, this might be like when I mean, I don't think I'm going to have kids, but if I did, I feel like this would be a moment that I'd be like, this is really cool. Like, I like did not expect. I thought everyone's going to be like, go the fuck home. We don't want to hear this shit. You know? And everyone's like, everyone's taking off their shirts and just like sweaty.
Yeah, like, and it's like at this point, it's like 4 or 5 a.m. Like, it's just, no, it's, dude, it was
so inappropriate.
Awesome. Like, I remember I was sitting by the fire. He has this like really nice like fire pit right by the pool. And I was just sitting there, just kind of vibing, just kind of fading out for the rest of the night. And contemplating on going home because I'm honestly exhausted. And but then Carter starts DJing, and then all of a sudden, this girl wants to start walking across the fire pit.
Oh my God, I forgot about that!
Crazy girls! So so Carter's DJing, and this party just breaks out of the remnants of a party, and then this girl's like believed she could walk on fire.
Which actually is a thing, I think. So I know this, one of my favorite books ever is called The Spy Wore Red, and it's based on a true story on this woman who's now a countess in Spain. Okay. She was an American girl, a model during World War II. And basically her brother was fighting World War II, and so she's modeling, and she felt like she wasn't helping with the war. You know, she felt bad because her brother's over in Europe fighting. Yeah. And so she had told some people this, like, you know, I wish I could help in the war, a beautiful girl model. And so one day this guy comes to one of her, like, modeling things, and he pulls her aside. He's like, oh, I heard you want to, like, help out with the war. They basically recruit her to the CIA, train her to be a secret agent.
Is this real life? Or
this is a true story. Okay, yeah. She's a real person. And so they, like, you know, they train her, put her in Europe, and they think that they know they have a mole. They know that, like, someone's a mole, and they think that this Duke, I think, or Count, I don't understand the whole royalty thing, but, like, they think that this guy is, like, their mole, and so her job is to basically be a honeypot to, like, seduce him and figure out, like, because she's hot, like, to figure out, like, what's going on. You're getting caught. So, thank you so much.
I can sense when someone gets caught in
yeah. So while she's there, there's another agent, Pierre, and he's a...
Of course his name's Pierre.
Yeah, he's a secret agent with her, and so she's seducing this, like, guy that she thinks is... But she becomes friends with Pierre, and of course they fall in love, so that's who she's, like, really in love with. Oh my god, he's, like, so sexy in the book, like, you just have to read it and, like, understand. And then it turns out, again, I don't think you guys are ever going to read this, so I don't care about spoiling it, but, like, at the end, you find out, basically, like... He's the guy they think is a mole is not the mole, but the guy that she fell in love with is the actual mole, and he escapes into, like, Germany on, like, at the last minute. So they never catch him. And the epilogue of the book, I bawled crying every time I read it, but the epilogue is that, you know, this is years after the war, like, you know, years and years later. Now she ends up marrying the guy that she was investigating. Okay. And because he's, like, a nice ass dude, you know, but she thought he was bad. So, you know, she wasn't, like, open to him like that. They end up getting married. Now she's, like, a countess or whatever. And, but she's, like, in Argentina, where I think a lot of, like, you know, Nazi people, like, went there afterward. Yeah. And she's, like, you know, because they don't have extradition. So I don't know sorry if that's not correct. I don't know if it was Argentina. It was some country in South America. And so she's there, and, you know, she's been married to this guy for years and years, and she sees Pierre, this guy that she had been deeply, and he just, like, abandoned her, and that's how they knew that he was the mole, because he defected. And so, like, she sees him, and they kind of, like, you know, he's safe, and he, like, comes up, and, like, they kind of have this moment of, like, damn, you know, and, like, it's like, I was like, oh my god. But anyway,
I was gonna say, wait, how does she walk? Where does the walking?
Well, my point of bringing that up is when she first falls in love with Pierre in the book, because I think they're in Spain at the time, and that's, like, a thing that they were doing is, like, you go with, like, you hold their hands and you run across the hot coals of a fire. Yeah. So I'm definitely, like, that's where I first heard that, but I forgot that chick actually did that.
This girl was, she was crazy. And it, like, I posted videos on my story where there's literally guys grabbing her, like, no, you're drunk white girl, like, you're gonna die.
Wait, Penny, come here.
And,
so I was gonna say, speaking of DJing, since we were talking about that.
Look who it is.
Penny Wild, my favorite DJ. She's amazing. Check out her music and her mixes, and we're going to have her as a guest on here eventually.
When we can afford a third microphone.
Yeah, when we can afford a third microphone. We got, like, what's this time? Like, how are we doing on time? Oh, we're about a minute out.
All right, cool.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
Just crazy girls walking on fire.
Yo, you look fire, by the way.
Yeah,
like,
sick
pants are, like, I'm obsessed.
All right, cool. Well,
probably everyone in our house is, like, tired of listening to us fucking talk.
Yeah, so we'll wrap this up now, guys. Thank you, Jeff Bezos, for the $1 million.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thanks. Really appreciate it. This trickle-down effect. It really works, guys.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Reaganism. Let's get it. All right. Cool. Well, thank you, guys. This has been episode 2. Of The Art of Chaos. Hopefully we didn't ramble too much, and
let us know. I think that we fixed the mic covering my face situation, but let us know
if didn't. Let us know again. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back in a couple weeks.
Love you guys. Peace. Bye.